Welcome
to the Age of Awakening.
Please identify yourself. Enter.
Hey, Triple P Nation. Welcome back. It's time for another great episode of the Power, Passion, Prosperity podcast. And guess what? It's New Year's. Yes, Happy New Year. Excited to be with you on a brand new journey here in 2025. I hope you are absolutely ready and prepared to crush this year. You know, we've spent a lot of time over the last 3 or 4 months talking about these tools that can set you up for success. And this week, I'm going to talk about another one that I believe is appropriate for where we are. Because let's face it, if you're listening here today, it's just a couple of days into the new year. And the holidays are behind us. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you had a great New Year's. Didn't overindulge too much. Hopefully didn't eat too many of those Christmas cookies and sweets. I'll be dropping a pound or two. Didn't do too bad, but definitely going to lean up a little bit here starting in January. But look, here it is. Now it's time to grind. It's time to go. It's go time. And go time means it's time to put forth your energy. It's time to put forth your vision. It's time to put forth your passion so you can make 2025 your best year yet. Because if you listen to the show, and by the way, all my longtime listeners, thank you for being here for another year. If you're a new listener, welcome. Who am I? I'm Dr. J. I probably should have said that sooner. Dr. J. LaGuardia. Been doing this for 6.5 years. And the Triple P podcast is all about empowering your dreams, igniting your passion, and accelerating your prosperity in the key areas of life. And we help you work on your mindset so you can succeed in business. We help work on your business, work on your finances to make sure you're physically and emotionally strong, that you have the energy to succeed in anything that you accomplish. That is the whole key behind a Triple P life. And my job is to give you the tools necessary to help you succeed at anything that you want. And I get to share with you through my 30-something years, I think 34 years now of experience as an entrepreneur, as a healthcare provider, as a coach, as a mentor, dad, husband, and all the things that I've been able to do. And my goal is to help as far as from my experiences. What have I learned? What works? What doesn't work? I want to teach you about the successes I had. And more importantly, I want to teach about my failures because I've learned so much from my failures. And my goal is to help you to accelerate your success exponentially so you don't have to experience the same obstacles and challenges that I did. Not to say that you won't, because you will, but not to the same extent so you can achieve much faster in anything that you're pursuing. So I'm really excited to be on this journey with you this year. We've got so much to cover. We got incredible guests. We got a lot of great content, and let's just get to it. So the first success snack of this year is entitled "The Power of a Strong Start." How appropriate. I guess I wrote the show. Now, starting the year, guys, strong isn't just about motivation. It's about momentum. When I go to conferences and I speak at conferences, people come there and they want to be motivated. And I say, look, my job is not to motivate you. My job is to inspire you. See, motivation is temporary. Inspiration is a physiological and emotional shift within you. That's something you can take that's sustainable. Motivation is temporary. But what we want to do is get moving. It's about momentum. So I want you to do this week, okay? Make a promise. I'll make a promise to you. You make a promise to me. I want you to be intentional in your action this week to align with your biggest goal for the year. So whatever your biggest goal is right now, and I know somebody said, I haven't finished my goals. It's okay. It really is. Is it better to have your goals done before the first year? Yes, no question. But guess what? Every day is a new year, right? Every day is a new day. Every day can start a new year. So just do them today. I don't care whether you start on, December 30th, November 30th, or January 10th. Write a goal, your big goal for this year. Now, what I want you to do is schedule a key milestone. I want you to commit to something, a morning routine, making that phone call that you've been avoiding, that sales call, following up with that client, right? A single action set to set the tone for you that this is going to be the year you take massive actions and the year that you crush it. You see, because momentum builds on itself, and a strong start creates a ripple effect that can carry you to all success all year long. And remember, how you begin is going to define how you finish. Now, this week, I want to talk to you about this thing called success, but more importantly, some of these key success habits. Because the more I can teach you, the more I can explain how these fit in to the puzzle of your success, you're going to have a clearer picture of who you need to be and how you need to show up each and every day. So, how many of you remember Olympic medalist Michael Phelps? I mean, how can you not, right? He dominated the sports world in swimming over the last 16 years. Now, Michael Phelps discussed in a recent video how he extensively used visualization to envision his desired outcome for the goals that he wanted to accomplish. And he accomplished a lot. Do you know Michael Phelps won 28 Olympic medals, making him the most decorated Olympian of all time? And his medal count includes 23 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze. So I think he knows what he's talking about. You see, when you visualize something in such a way that it's so crystal clear in your mind's eye, you increase the probability of it becoming a reality by over 50%. Now, would you take those odds to Vegas? Yeah, for sure, wouldn't you? So listen up. See, there's something special that I've learned when I was in business many, many years ago. See, I've been visualizing over 25 years, which, by the way, is success habit number 5. So at the start of each day, early in the morning, before any in the family had got up, I would go into my study and I would do my morning routine. This is when I was implementing these success habits that my coach was teaching me. As I was working on my mindset to begin to shift from somebody who was really anger based and very negative to, who I wanted to be, which was somebody who was loving and kind and positive and slow to anger, become the leader that I knew I could become. I didn't have the skill sets. I had to learn it. And this was the process. My morning routine helped me. So I would sit quietly in my study and I would meditate, which is habit number 4. And I would visualize my business. See, I'd already been business for a few years at that point, and I was really struggling. It's the reason why I hired the coach, because if we didn't, we probably weren't going to make it. So I found myself building the practice I desired in my mind each and every day with clarity, with distinction, and vivid detail. So in my mind's eye, it was absolutely clear exactly what it is that I wanted to create. My coach told me, he said, Jay, be the Michelangelo of your life. I said, what do you mean? He said, in your mind's eye, it's a blank canvas. You get to create anything you want. Be the Michelangelo of your life. So that prepared me to begin to see very clearly what it is that I want, not what I didn't want. Visualization is not about seeing what you don't want, although identifying what you don't want does create contrast to help you identify what you do want. So, as I continue to visualize day after day after day the practice that I wanted, within 90 days, my practice doubled. The new employees that I attracted were the type of employees that I specifically had clarified in my vision. They were incredibly talented. They were smart. They were bright. They were committed to the vision. I had a great connection with them. I visualized my office every single morning flooded with clients, happy, joyful, excited to be there, excited to see my staff excited to see them. I heard the music. I felt the warmth of the sunshine coming through the window. I smelled the coffee brewing in our reception area, the fruit on the table. I saw it all in vivid detail. I saw people coming up to the front desk and referring their friends, freely paying without any limitation. I heard the phone ring nonstop as people were calling in and scheduling to make an appointment, new patients coming in. And within 90 days, I more than doubled my practice. You're like, no, there's no possibility. What'd you go from, 20 people to 40? No, guys. I went from 165 to 350. 165 to 350 in 90 days. I didn't do any marketing. I didn't do any mailers. I didn't do any special promotions, no giveaways, not a thing. So what changed? What was the precipitating factor that caused my business to double in 90 days? If I didn't do all these other metrics that most people consider important to build your business, and by the way, they are. But what's most important is the vision I created in my mind of what my practice would become. Because if I still saw my practice as what it was, it doesn't matter what strategic processes I put in place because the business could not evolve beyond my own mind and my own mindset. You see, growing people grow businesses. And if your business is flat and stuck, it's because we are flat and stuck. So if you're a business owner, and it really doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, your health right now, your fitness, and you see yourself as being overweight and sick, that's what you're going to get. If you're in a relationship that's unfulfilling, unloving, no intimacy, there's always conflict, that's what you're going to get. You have to change your reality here first. Visualization is the practice of shifting your consciousness of what it is you want to create in vivid clarity. So as I found building the practice I desired first in my mind with clarity, distinction, and detail, it prepared me to achieve the goals that I set more than any other success habit up to that point. I also love to tell the story of visualization when I bought my first Corvette. So that's kind of a funny story. I was coaching my son in baseball. He was 10. I was a young kid. We were on the way to the ball field. And of course, what do you got to do when you go to the ball field? You stop, pick up some Gatorade and sunflower seeds. And anybody who's a baseball fan, you understand. It's part of the baseball culture. As we pulled in, here came to this beautiful Corvette. And I'm a Corvette guy, always had been, always wanted one, didn't have one at that point. This was, see, my son is 33, 23 years ago. And this white, beautiful Corvette with red leather seats pull in. It was a convertible. It was a gorgeous day. This guy drove in. I'm sitting there with my jaw hanging open like, oh, that car is absolutely gorgeous. And so my son went over. We started having a conversation. I met the guy, learned who he was. He spent about 15, 20 minutes going over the car, and I just fell in love with the car. And from that moment on, I began to visualize that car as the first Corvette that I ever would purchase. Fast forward 18 months. It was Father's Day 18 months afterwards. It was a beautiful day. I was walking our dogs, my wife and I, and here comes this same car driving down my street. And you're thinking, well, that's not all a coincidence. Someone can look you up on the internet and find where you live. Well, here's the reality, guys. That wasn't a possibility back then. Okay. And we never exchanged last names. And we lived on a cul-de-sac way kind of off the beaten path. So it's not like it's a main thoroughfare. This guy sought me out. So as we walk down this street, here he comes pulling up, top down, tunes cranking, looking sexy as hell. And he goes, Jay, I've been looking for you. I said, what's up? He goes, unfortunately, I have to sell my car. And I've thought of you since that day we met and I saw how passionate you are about it. I want to sell it to you. He said, I'm getting divorced and I have to liquidate. Well, first I was, sad that he was getting divorced. He was actually happy, but I was sad for him. And I looked at it and I said to my wife, I can't do that. We have 3 little kids. This doesn't make any sense. She goes, oh no, you're buying that car. You've talked about that car for a year and a half. You visualized on that car. You manifested that car. That car is yours. Write the guy a check. And I did. And so in the back of the car, the license plate was visualize. And I can give you countless other examples in my life where visualization where I put the image in my mind first, vividly, right? You see how I describe the story in detail? That's how you need to visualize using all your senses. And so, countless stories of that occurring in my life over the last 20 something years. If you've never practiced this, I highly encourage it. You can think of LeBron James, you can think of all the great athletes. They all do this. Read their biographies. CEO giants, they do it, right? The most successful, high performing people use visualization as a tool because they understand the science behind it. I still use visualization today to achieve my goals, any goal. And I experience such a sense of gratitude when I see how something that I visualize with such clarity still to this day can become a reality. And it still never ceases to amaze me. You see, there's a special power, energy, vibe, and attraction when you have aligned goals and focus with the appropriate emotion so clear as it's locked into your mind's eye. And to see it manifest, guys, it's simply magical. And you have the same capacity and ability. It's not special and unique to me or to all these other special, talented people. You have the same tools. That's why I wanted to teach you this. You see, this is part of what so many of you have heard called the law of attraction. But here's what they didn't tell you about. This is the secret, and I'm going to share it with you. It is the aligned thought, the vision, along with the associated emotion of accomplishing that outcome. Again, I talked to you about my business. As I continue to visualize my business growing and doubling, I also felt how it would feel like, how excited I would be, how excited our staff would be to be able to serve and help more people, how excited I would be to help to be able to write them bonus checks for the amazing jobs that I did. The outcomes that people that were achieving, life-changing, that would experience life-changing results. Same thing with the car, how I'd feel driving down that road on a summer day with the tunes blast with my girl next to me, how much fun that would be. If I didn't align the emotion with the clarity of thought and vision, it never would happen. That's the secret, right? Manifest is not sitting here, meditating, thinking about $1 million. No, you have to have the feeling and emotion of what it's going to be like when you have $1 million, then get off your ass and go do something to get it. It's not hard. Here's what I'm certain about. I'm certain that your innermost dominant thought becomes your outermost tangible reality, and that your innermost dominant vision becomes your ultimate destiny. You see, it's for this reason that it's wise to regularly audit your thoughts and your vision. And like many people, you probably unconsciously are focusing on events that you perceive to be negative. And we go through life seeing only the negative because we're conditioned that way. It's part of our Paleolithic ancestry because they never knew when they were going to get their next meal, right? And they were the hunted, not the hunters. So they were always trained to see danger. Well, we don't have to be. Our lives are not like that. You see, our limiting beliefs, our fears, our doubts, our perceived victimizations, our past failures, everything that shrouds our ability to create a new and better vision for our lives, this is what I'm talking about. And for many of us, life leads us to be jaded and cynical. You see it a lot as you get older, right? My colleagues in similar ages, maybe, they live a life very cynical. And I don't like to be around them. I love them, but I don't like to be around them when they're cynical because it's a drag. I don't see the world that way. Is the world perfect? No. But how I choose to interact with it could be very different than them. And so if you're always jaded, seeing what's going to go wrong, how you're going to fail, right? Always judging other people, that only hurts you. It's impossible to create anew with its type of mindset. If you desire this year, guys, if you desire to grow and achieve new goals personally and professionally, you're going to need to leave behind those thoughts and beliefs that are not synchronized with your highest self. Oftentimes, when I take on new clients, it becomes very clear to me fast that they're struggling or lacking the ability to define their unique vision, mission, and purpose in life. And it's not surprising they reach out for help because they're off course, right? They're that boat, that sailboat in the water that's rudderless, just acting towards the whims of the wind, north, south, east, however it blows. They're not set on a course designed specifically for them with a clear intention. So you may ask why. Why is it this way? Because the mindset is the key. How you shift your mindset first starts with self-awareness. What are your dominant thoughts? What are your dominant beliefs? What do you believe? What do you believe about your abilities? Are you hopeful for your future? You see, how you answer is going to reveal a lot. Guys, here's what I want you to know. Your mindset is what attracts into your life, good or bad. Instead of manifesting the extraordinary and masterful life that you could be living. So, what do you choose? Do you choose the current state that you're on? If it's good, rock on, baby. Let's keep going. If it's off a little bit, not quite in the direction you want to be, it's time to make a change. It's a time to implement these habits of visualization. And next, what we're going to talk about is authenticity. See, I believe it's wise to take time to write out in detail how you would love your life to be. I want you to make sure it's something your life is demonstrating that you're committed to and that aligns with your highest values. Think about it. If you write down that you want to become financially independent, but yet you're spending all of your paycheck on consumable goods that depreciate in value or wasting your time on a million subscriptions and never setting any money aside, well, then becoming financially independent is nothing more than a fantasy. Guys, you may find it valuable to create a pictorial biography of your destiny to help you clarify your vision. Other words, what we call a vision board. When you can see it so clearly that it's almost as if it's already happened, it tends to feel destined and it becomes a part of your internal dialogue. You see, not only do you see it, but you believe it, you own it, you speak it, you feel it. And it feels almost impossible not to manifest it. So, what did Michael Phelps do? He saw in his mind's eye every stroke, every movement, every practice, every outcome, every success, every award-winning ceremony all in his mind before it ever occurred. He prepared himself well in advance for success. And that's what we need to do. It's what I did back when I was in practice. When I visualized my practice, I wanted as opposed to the practice I had. I was preparing mentally for success long before it actually manifested. It's the very thing you can do in your life starting this moment. What do you want? Start to visualize it. What I suggest first is write it out, journal it. So let's say you want to start a new business. What type of business? Where is it? Right? Is it a service-based business? Are you selling products? How many employees? How big? How much revenue do you want to create? How much profit do you want to create? How big is it? Is it a box store or is it virtual? As detailed as you can get, write it down, and then go back day after day after day and continue to add, continue to add, continue to add, to finally you feel like you got this puzzle together. And then become Michelangelo, right? You got that blank canvas, put it in your mind, clear your mind, visualize it as often and frequently as possible. The more you visualize it, the more you resonate with it, the quicker the opportunities, places, things begin to come to you to help you achieve that. So I want to shift a little bit. I'm going to get into a little bit of authenticity here, a little bit of vision. You see, if you don't fill your day with high priority actions that inspire you, your days fill up with low priority distractions. How many experience that? So, in other words, if you don't fill your mind with a vision about how you would love your life to be, it tends to be filled up with all the challenging and distracting obstacles that you don't want it to be. Take a quick inventory of life. How many distractions right now are occurring in your life? How many notifications do you have up on your phone that it's constantly ringing, dinging, pinging, whatever it might do, vibrating, that's taking you away from your attention of their highest priorities, or from a conversation with your spouse, or spending time with your kids? How much time do you waste sitting in front of television? How much time do you take to read, to expand your mindset, to build your skill sets? You see, our habits and our behaviors leave clues. It tells us what's important. It also tells us how serious we are about achieving our goals. Another challenge I have noticed, I've experienced it myself, is we tend to inject the values of other people, right? And that can distract us from our own vision. So it's important to be diligent in creating and maintaining our vision, not someone else's. Someone else is going to be doing action. Oh, that sounds really cool, right? Then you take that and like, I'm going to start doing that. But is that really true to what you want? Is that based on your highest values? Is that based on your authenticity? Or it just sounds cool from them? You see, one of the key reasons why I review and discuss the topic of values at our GPS to Success Summit is to help individuals clarify their vision and increase the probability of achieving their destiny. Also, during the summit, I also teach people how to ask quality questions to help them to clear out distractions so they can increase the probability of manifesting their destiny that they truly desire. Again, we speak in great detail about values, core values in specific, because I firmly believe that they are the foundation of all human behavior, which is success habit number 5. I think I said visualization was success habit 5 earlier. It's not, it's success habit 6. So I led you astray. My apologies. You're like, hey, where is this success habit 1, 5, 6, 2, whatever it is? These are in my book, Change Your Mind, Change Your Destiny, which you can find on Amazon. And so I specifically get into each and every one of these, how I implemented them into my life, and how you can simply implement those into your life as well too. Now, everyone, including yourself, has a unique hierarchy of values, almost like the rungs on a ladder. Whatever is highest on that hierarchy is the value that has the highest probability of being achieved, because this is where you are focused day in and day out, and it's where your innermost dominant thoughts are focused on. Living congruently with what you value most, your highest core values, is the key to mastering your life and feeling the deepest fulfillment in life. However, if you spend your days comparing yourself to others, right? Remember, taking on someone else's core values, putting them on pedestals, injecting their values instead of focusing on your own, or the fear of being rejected by them and therefore sacrificing what's truly important to you just to fit into their narrative to make them happy, you're going to be far less likely to stand out, to find joy, and to be successful. So you're certainly not um, embracing your own unique individualism. And this will compromise your authenticity, with his success habit number 2. Living someone else's truth is not the path to finding your own. Being authentic starts with knowing thyself. So, what makes you tick? What are your highest values? What are you passionate about? What are your dreams? Are you even still dreaming? And that is success habit number 1, dreaming. It's your ability to stay connected with that creative aspect within you that keeps you the fuel firing and keeps you excited and passionate about the future. What are your talents? What are some of your unique skills? What are your ambitions? What are your fears? Your unique character traits and flaws? You see, each of these and more are what define who you are, and they are as unique to you as the genetic sequence of your DNA. But how often do you think about them? Probably not enough, or if any. When you're not in tune with these unique traits, is when we vibe really low, it's when our energy's low. More succinctly, we're in a state of repel and resistance. That means you cannot manifest with this type of tone and energy. As a result, you're far less likely to be distracted by the comparisons, the infatuations, the resentments, and the judgments that result in noise in your brain. So the key is connecting to your authentic self, embracing all your strengths and weaknesses and flaws and those special talents. As you become more in tune and aware of the real you, the authentic you, you're going to find yourself getting stronger, more clear, on purpose, and goal driven, helping you to avoid all the seductions the world has to distract you from your soul's work. Your soul is the state of unconditional love you experience when you're not judging your others or yourself. In this state of unconditional love, your mission, message, and vision are most likely to be revealed. It's a revelation. You are becoming a prophet of your own destiny. And when you're vibrating at this level, nothing's impossible. So think in terms of aligned energies, frequencies that are in perfect harmony. It's almost impossible for you not to fulfill your mission when you're clear on it and when you prioritize it. It's for this reason that I speak about values in almost all presentations I do. Why I spend so much time during the summit helping people determine their values. Your life currently reflects and demonstrates what's important to you, your hierarchy of values. So if you're not happy with the current direction of your life, reassess your values, reprioritize, make choices that align with your newly identified values. You see, I promise if you do, you'll experience more happiness, definitely more fulfillment, and without question, greater abundance than you previously ever imagined. How do I know? Because this has happened to me countless times and millions of others. When you align your life's actions with those values, living congruently with them, being authentic, prioritizing your life accordingly, seeing it clearly, you build an unstoppable momentum in reaching your goals and manifesting your destiny. That's why today's message is so important, because everyone's ready to go and take action. Here it is. It's a new year. I'm anxious. I'm enthusiastic. I'm ready to go. And then by January 8th, we're stuck in the same spot because nothing's changing. Why? Because we didn't change. Nothing changes till we change. And there's no sense of lying to ourselves. It's about doing more. It's not doing more. Doing more only gets more of what you already have. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around, but it's true. The only way we go in a different direction is we become someone different. We act and think and move indifferently than we're doing currently. So if you want something different 12 months from now from where you are than you did 12 months from previous, in other words, 12 months a year ago, everything must change. So here are the 5 effects and benefits of aligned values, living authentically with visualization. Number 1, you're going to magnetize people, places, and things and ideas and events into your life to help you manifest what it is that you're planning and what you see in your mind's eye. Number 2, you're going to develop the forebrain the executive function, the prefrontal cortex of your brain. Why is that important? Because that's involved in objectivity, your ability to be disciplined, to be reliable, to increase your concentration and focus, helping you create a long-term vision and calming the desire for instant gratification, which is a real key in today's society. I gotta have it now. I need that fix. I need that dopamine, that endorphin rush. It's been found, research has shown those who can delay gratification have much greater long-term success because it requires that patience. So, this is the part of the brain also involved in waking up the creative genius side. Here's the other thing. When you're in the prefrontal cortex lobe of the brain, your creative side of your brain, it actually inhibits negative thoughts because you can't be creative and negative at the same time. Okay, number 3, it's going to wake up your natural born leader. Everyone has one, right? We all have different skill sets within it, but we are each leaders in our own way. And to step up to the best leader we can be is only going to help us attract those things that we want. Number 4 is you're going to transcend and get past any of your past obstacles that you perceive to be in your way. A big one. I started the conversation here today about that. You see, I believe that obstacles, guys, they're self-imposed. They're primarily judgments you've made on yourself and other people that are occupying space and time in your mind, and you're not even charging them rent. Kick them the hell out. They're running you. Replace them with something new. And number 5, you're going to experience gratitude. You're going to experience more love, more appreciation for you, yourself, and those around you. You see, I'm certain that there's no reason why you can't be more clear about your vision, can't be more clear about your destiny, to manifest your life in a way that you would love to be and to be present for the rest of your life. So the moment you have right now is your ability to turn forward, change your attitude, move in a direction to be committed, be inspired from within. Don't be motivated. Be inspired, create momentum, prioritize accordingly, and that's what's going to help you manifest and create the destiny that you desire. So look, I wish absolutely the best year you can possibly ever have in 2025. But it's more than a wish. It's my highest desire. So I'm going to be here with you every step of the way. I'm going to help you in any way that I can. You can always reach out to me, Dr. J at Triple P Life. You have questions about this show, any other show, the content that we've done previously, stuff you'd like me to do in the future. If you have questions about our coaching program, we have a couple open spots. We've added some additional coaches to create space because we just ran out of space. Reach out, Dr. J at Triple P Life. It would be an honor and privilege to help and serve in any way that I can. It's passion that drives me. It's my fuel to help other people and desire to help them create the life that they want. Because I know this life is short. Don't waste time, okay? Don't keep saying, well, next year, next year, next year. You're not guaranteed it. And after a while, it's a decade, and you're like, where the hell did it go? And even though it's never too late to start, there's no better time to start than right now, to get really serious about it, to create that momentum. So that in 12 months from now, we look back and we say, I can't believe how my life has radically changed. And if we could be a small part of it and help you along the way, it'd be an honor. So guys, great first show? I think so. Really good content? I hope so. If you love today's content, please go to your favorite podcast app. Give us a 5-star review. Tell us what you liked about it. If you haven't done so yet, that's all I ask of you. That would be so appreciated. It'd mean a lot to me. And I look forward to this journey with you in 2025. I look forward to hearing from you. We've got a Q&A show coming up in a month. Email me questions you want to know. Dr. J at Triple P Life. I'll make sure I address them on that particular issue. So as I always say, you be you. Just be the best you. And I promise you will always empower your dreams. Ignite your passion. and accelerate your prosperity. Happy 2025, guys. Be well.